Alright, well, I'm gonna start with y'all because I know y'all a little bit more than them. Um, I'm gonna ask you guys individually how you guys are, personally. Are you then at school? How you think, like, really, when you think deeply, how do you think you're doing in school? Like, with your schoolwork, like your grades, how you grade?
Good.
Do you know if you failed anything? I mean, it doesn't matter, but just an overall thing. Do you feel confused at school? So, okay, when you're at school and your teacher's talking and teaching you stuff, like, are you interested? Like, some of the things y'all learn keep you interested? Like, are you interested somewhat in learning? Yeah. What about you? Like, I know you go to Henderson Collegiate. How are you in grades at school?
I'm sorry. I personally think that I'm doing good in school, like with my grades and stuff, and academically, I think I'm doing good.
When your teacher's teaching and for example, she's talking about, in science class, they're talking about weather or the way the earth is made, like, or anything, it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be science class and math. Like, are you interested, like, in learning what she's saying, like, are you interested?
Yeah, because, like, there's a whole lot of things that I know, and it's just, like, it's making me, like, want to share out my thoughts and stuff, and it makes me, like, energetic about learning.
I know you're in high school. It's a different background and different surroundings, but like, as far as your grades, how do you think you're doing, and how could you, not too specific.
Got straight out, and I don't go to school no more, so.
You don't go to school, period?
Yeah, I don't go no more until next year.
Oh, so you're
Yeah, I got suspended.
Well, the time being that you were in school, like, were your grades good? I mean,
at one point they were, but yeah, they just dropped.
so how do you feel, okay, why do you think they dropped? Like, being that I'm talking about this, being interested in school, like, when you teach, when you, in class, do you feel like something interesting will keep you wanting to learn interesting things?
Yeah, but I'm not in school most of the time.
In the time that you are in school, like, just turn out the part where you're not at school, because we know people got their own personal reasons why they're not at school, but when you're in school, the reasons why you're...
When I am, then, yeah, I'm learning at times, and at times I just don't care.
Well, we'll talk about more of that stuff. Off of grades and stuff, then, like, in school, do you feel like you get along with some people, like, mostly everybody's in school? And, like, how do you evaluate yourself with social skills? Like, how do you feel like you can talk to people easily? Can you talk to people easily, or, like, do you make friends easily? In a positive way.
I don't make friends.
Do you have friends in school?
Yeah.
Do you think that if the friends that you have are good for you, or do you know that they're not?
Some of them are.
Do you try to tell those friends that you think are not that good for you how to better their lives or how to improve themselves, or you just let them do what they do?
I don't know what they want.
What about you? Did you hear my question? Do you want me to repeat it?
Being that I go to Henderson Collegiate, like, they tell us that, like, since we're a pod, they said a pod is like a family of lions, so they say that we need to be all connected and like everybody in my school, they're like friends and know each other and stuff.
So you feel like you're not a problem in school when it comes to like social skills and being social with people? How about you? Like, how you feel about your relationships with not specific people, but you know, as far as getting to meet people, and like, do you feel like you are, like, you know how to make friends, or like your social skills, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean, I can make friends that, I mean, they don't mess with me, I don't mess with them, and my boys, they ain't good, but they my boys. They got my back or whatever.
When you like know that you see your friends doing something bad, do you see, or like, do you feel anything inside of you like that says, man, I see my friends, you know, they about to get into something? Do you feel anything that tells you to like, I should stop them, or is it just complete, they'll do whatever?
I mean, they make their own choices, and I got their back or whatever. They got my back, and I got theirs. That's how it works.
Alright. Okay. Bueno, ¿entendieron lo que pregunté? ¿O ¿saben hablar inglés? Como un poquito.
Sí, nomás, no mucho.
Okay. Bueno, trata, y si no, hablo en español. In school, when you're in class, do you feel like your grades are good, like you get good grades?
Sometimes I do, because I sometimes complete all my work and I have a good grade, and sometimes I don't.
Do you feel like when the teacher is teaching you something, like if you're learning something interesting, do you want to learn more if the teacher is teaching interesting things?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
¿Y usted? Do you feel like you're doing good in school with your grades, like you're doing good grades?
Yes.
Do you, when your teacher is teaching you something and you feel it's interesting, do you like, you know, to learn more of that?
Sometimes.
That's good. Well, how do you think, bueno, do you think you can make friends easy? Like, is it easy to make friends for you?
No.
You know why?
Yes. Because I can speak to them English very well, and they sometimes don't understand me, like when I speak it. That's why.
Bueno, ahorita voy a preguntarle más questions. I'm gonna come back to them. I'll come back. When you're in class, I mean, in school in general, like, I'm not trying to get too personal, but like, what do you feel like you're gonna do later on in life? Like, what are your goals? Do you have any idea? I mean, you don't have to know what you want to do right now, but do you see yourself planning to do something later?
I don't know what I want to do living yet.
Is there anything like that you're interested, you know, like music, building things, cars, you know, science, anything that interests you, like a positive thing? Anything else? It doesn't have to be, like, you don't have to be ashamed to say what you like. Because people, you know, most of the time they find jobs and things that they like to do, and that you know, helps them want to do more with what they want to do instead of, you know, having to work at a job that they don't like. So, like, maybe finding something you like to do will get you to want to, like, do that later in life. So, like, I mean, do you have an overall, like, subject or topic that you like? Maybe.
Um, I find myself like in the future like being like in the army like a doctor for like people that soldiers that need help or like a mechanic that works on like the guns or like cars and stuff that they have. Like being in the army.
Do you see how that like that interest that you have at this age, do you understand that when you get older, when you get older and you're in high school and you're learning other things that, you know, fit what you're trying to do you see how that can help you get, you know, possibly a better job once you graduate high school or college? Do you see that by finding something that you like, you can do that later in life? Do you have any like personal, like anything that interests you, a positive thing, like, you know, in school something you learn that you see that you good at, or something that just it grabs your mind and like your interest, and that you've always been interested in doing that, or like it doesn't have to be something you're interested in, but something that you want to do, or later in life, either that or what do you see yourself after high school or later in life?
What I really want to do is customize cars, you know, but right now I gotta make something out of myself, you know, because I'm in a bad track, so I really don't see that happen.
Okay, well, is there anything that, you know, you like to do that in school, or it doesn't have to be in school, but something you like, or something that, you know, it gets you interested, that you want to do after you graduate school or when you finish school? Is there anything that you see yourself doing because of what you like?
I like to be a doctor because I want to help people that are sick or need help.
And is there anything that you like to do or that you like to learn about so that way you do it when you finish school?
I find it to be close.
So, you see, when that question I asked you about what you like what you like individually, I'm going to say this in English, and then I'm going to say it in Spanish because there's people that I know don't really understand English well. But, like, people who, do you see how that personal interest that you have at this age, how it can affect you? Like, finding your interest at this age will help you, like, do what you want to do later in life. And you may not, you know, you may see that the people that you hang around may not like what you do, or may not agree because you're part of the different, you know, y'all do things differently, and you feel like they're gonna, you know, turn you away just because of your interest. But you have to think. Sometimes you have to know what you're gonna do for you. Like, you can't rely on people and what they think about you all the time, because they're not going to be with you when you working. Like, they're not going to be in there. Some people are not going to be in there, and like everybody gets their own way of living, and you can't base your life and the way you live on other people. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is that find something. Now this is, you know, a personal connection. Like, I'm attempting to try to help you. Because finding something that you really want to do is okay to do. Like, don't be afraid to, you know, do what you got to do in school, so that way you get to do that later on in life. Because some people, they don't take advantage of that, and they, you know, people in jail right now wish that they wouldn't have done things because they have other dreams. But one thing can just mess them up, you know. And y'all had this talk before, but, you know, be thoughtful about what y'all gonna do when nobody's watching. One of the values at my school is that show integrity. Integrity means like you know what you're doing when nobody's watching. Like have that power to be like do the right thing. And sometimes the right thing may seem, you know, lame or weird to other people, but you don't want to put your life or anybody else's life in danger because that just messes people up. And by you pursuing what you want to do and canceling other people's thoughts out, it can like get you to be more successful in life, and that way you don't have to be another statistic, because it's a lot of other Latin kids, Mexican American kids, students who don't have, you know, they don't have someone that they can come to learn, you know, things about this, and that's where they become lost, you know, in the streets or in, you know, drugs, crime. That takes them, and it's just finding that will get you, finding that deep connection and that deep light that you got for yourself or for whatever you want, that can help you like a lot to get you to where you want to be. Because people don't want to be in this spot where they have to, you know, be in jail, you know, paying debt to the, you know, to things you see what I'm saying? Like, don't get involved in things that you know don't bring you down. Like, try to find that, and if you haven't found that yet, if you haven't found what you want to do, you still have time to find it. Like, other people who are older, they don't have much time because they're about to graduate high school, or, you know, they're already adults and they have to hurry up. But, like, you guys are still young. You still, you know, y'all still have time to find what y'all want to do. Lo que dije cuando te pregunté a qué les gusta, qué les gusta hacer, usan eso, lo que quieren hacer para pensar cómo lo van a hacer cuando, you know, terminan la escuela. Cuando terminan la escuela van a tener que trabajar, o tu trabajo puede ser lo que te gusta hacer, como, you know, you want to work on cars, quieres trabajar con los carros. Ve a la escuela y ponte los libros, porque los libros te pueden ayudar mucho, si, you know, no, yo creo no lo piensas ahorita, pero te ayudan cuando, you know, estás en la high school, como yo. Like, yo creo van a ver que cuando ya estás en un age como yo, van a necesitar buscar colegios o trabajos, y si encuentras lo que quieres hacer a esa edad que tienen, va a ser más fácil porque van a saber que están trabajando por lo que quieres en la vida, you know, y no trata de no meterte en nada, you know, ilegal o nada malo que te puede dañar a ti o a la gente que está, you know, como tu familia o tus amigos. Bueno, no piense en ti, piense en usted, pero también piense en lo que quieres hacer con tu vida. Como dije, no trata de no meterte en nada, you know, malo que te puede dañar, y busca tu, you know, tu pasión, lo que quieres hacer, y esto te va a ayudar mucho. You see what I'm saying? Now, people, I want to talk to you. I'm not going to get, you know, too into, you know, I just want to tell you, like, you know, we're family, and, you know, the friends you have now, yeah, you got their back. I'm not gonna tell you they don't, because I don't know your friends, and they might be, you know, real people, but sometimes, you know, you can trust them, but, you know, don't trust on them 100% because you don't know. You might be somewhere, and then you might call them up one day and be like, "You'll come get me," and they can't for some reason, and you're in a bad situation. Like if you trust that, then trust it, but just make sure not everybody is gonna come get you, and you got to have that backup for yourself. Like I know, I don't know, I couldn't give an example, but I'm pretty sure there's stores out there, people trusted, someone to come be there, like, what's it called? The driver that helped him run away from after robbing the bank, I forgot what it's called. But like, you may think that they're real and they're looking after you, which they might. I don't know your friends, but you always want to make sure you have that security for yourself. Now that's talking about, robbing banks. I'm not saying to go rob banks. I'm just saying the people, you have to trust people. Not only do you have to trust people in the bad world, but you have to trust people in the good world too. And know when to trust people and know when to trust yourself. Like I know, you may, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, like drugs. I know they take a lot of our people, like they get caught and stuck in the world. But like, at a young age, you don't want to hurt yourself. Where later in life, you're like 48 years old and you can barely breathe. Like it's happened. Like you see people walking around with that little plastic thing on their nose, because whether it's smoking cigarettes or weed, like I know it messes up your lungs. Like I know cigarettes mess up your lungs, but like marijuana, it may be good for you at the time, but it messes up your brain like a lot. Like you may not know it, but like marijuana, THC, it kills your nerves every time you smoke. Like it's not a drastic number or a difference, but the more and more you do it, like you lose brain cells, and brain cells is what you need to like live, like think, memory, all that stuff. But I'm not gonna say much on that. I just, being that we're family, I'm gonna tell you, I'm here, I'm your family, but just know that we looking out for you, and I don't want you to, let this go in one ear and one out, because, believe it or not, I used to be like that. I used to not want to pay attention to anything my mama or daddy said, because I was worried about what my friends are going to think, or nothing like that. It wasn't nothing too graphic, but I still had that, mindset. I'm like, man, I don't want to hear this. I'm too cool for this and stuff. Or I just don't want to hear it because I got other things to deal with. But know that your parents are there for you and they want the best for you. They're going to help you when you need it, and they're going to try to lead you in the right path so that way you won't mess up. Now, what you said earlier with the customization of cars, that's a good road to go down, because I myself like cars. Like I got one day I'm gonna try to get like, I'm gonna have a big collection of cars, because I like cars too. I know I see your passion, and you can find something in that, and that's something you can one, I know you like money, everybody like money, and you can find a lot of money in that if you get into that field, but you're not going to be able to into that field if you keep getting suspended or your grades. Like you can, pulling your grades up is not hard. Like all you got to do is just have interest, pay attention, or like know what your teacher's saying, so that way you can finish your work. Like just finish your work, and then you'll be able to, when the time comes for the test, you may not know everything to answer, because not everybody's perfect. People make mistakes. Like you'll know things that could get you each step further. Like you may take a test and you may make a 70, but you tried and you've learned, and each time you do that, you'll just get better and better, and it'll just look better for you when you're applying for like jobs or colleges and stuff. Now, it's not only education you got to worry about. You got to worry about like that's why I asked social. Like you know, how are you with social people? You shouldn't, I mean, you know, you should try to not involve yourself with people who only bring the negative to you. Like, you'll feel the negativity because, like, you'll know when something's bad. But try, like, you know when something's bad. And, you know, just have that in the back of your mind. What am I going to do for me, and not my friends? Because at the end of the day, for me, trying to make money or whatever your goal is to do, trying to sell this car or trying to, you know, make a certain graphic on it, paint it right, you have to think about how you're going to do that for you. Because are your friends going to give you money if you know, for no reason? You have to make that own money for yourself. You have to find that motivation for you. Now, I don't know if what I said has, you know, told you anything or, like, impacted you, but, like, you know, if you see, like, you know, you want to do better in your life, so not only help you, but doing good is going to be a role model to your brother. Like, I know you late, but you may not show it all the time, but I love my brother, but we fight a lot. But your brother sees everything that you do, and whether you like it or not, he has a high chance of getting into the things that you do, and you might not want that. But doing good will show your family or other people to do good as well, and it's going to help. It's like a small chain reaction each time. So, like, by doing that, by doing better things, not, you know, change your personality overnight or, like, out of cold turkey. Like, it takes time to, you know, improve yourself. So, like, by doing that, you can help others do that too. But like what I said earlier, just don't base your decisions off of what other people think. Like, you know, do it for you and try to help yourself. It goes for everybody. Cuando toman las decisiones para hacer lo que van a hacer, piensa en usted, no piensa en lo que tus amigos van a pensar. Usted es para usted. Ustedes van a trabajar por ustedes o su familia. No piensan lo que tus amigos piensan, porque ellos no van a estar con ustedes, porque bueno, si son amigos buenos, sí, pero sepan de tus amigos, porque si no son reales, te van a dejar así cuando lo necesitas cuando lo necesitas más. Encuentra lo que quieres hacer you know, porque lo que esa pasión, lo que quieres, eso es lo único que vas a ver y lo que vas a tratar de ganar. Y eso te va a ayudar nomás, you know. And I'm here for y'all, you know, I'm your family, y'all, you know, y'all my cousin, my brother. Pero yo, si quieren, le voy a decir a Lely que te da mi teléfono, y si necesitan ayuda con tarea o si necesitan hablar, nomás le voy a dar mi número para que se lo dan. If you need help, si necesitan, you know, I said earlier, si necesitan ayuda con su tarea o lo que van a hacer, bueno, ya se acabó la escuela, pero, you know, más rato, llámame or textear si saben. I'm still going to be available for y'all, because I'm still going to be in, most likely next 2 months, I'll be in Henson. The next school year, I'm going to be in college, but I'm still going to be able to, you know, help you with your schoolwork if you need it, and if you wanted to. And if you need somebody, you know, to be like, hey, what you think about this, or what do you think about what I'm about to do? You know, if you want to, I'm not going to force you to call me, but just know that you got supporters. Everybody got supporters. And just know that I'm here. And my older sister's here too. You can get her number too. She knows. Ella también puede, si no quieren hablar conmigo, habla con ella también. And yeah, just, you know, do good in life. Try to do good. I'm not going to tell you to change like that, but just think about things, you know. Just sit and think about, you know, how you gonna do later in life, or like what you're gonna do. You gotta think about things like that, because if you have no, like, if you don't stand for something, like, if you don't believe in anything, you're gonna fall for anything. Like, you're just gonna, the first thing you see, whether it's good or bad, most likely it's bad, because we live in a bad world. You're gonna fall for that bad thing. So you have to stand for something that you want. Encuentra lo que quieres ser, porque si no, te vas a meter en lo que no es bueno. You know what I'm saying. So, yeah, I'm done. Like I said, get the number if you want. I got y'all's numbers. Si quieren hablar conmigo, Lely, cuando quiera, o si necesitan, nomás háblale a yo y Lely. Okay? Right. You know.